Hey, what's up, sports fans? Welcome to another episode of Fox 54 Sports Extra, your favorite 30 minutes on a Sunday evening in the Tennessee Valley. It's Gabe Glassman. I'm Mo Carter, and we are going through the dog days of summer, but we're still having fun with it, Gabe.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we're getting through the summer. We're transitioning into the fall period, fall football. It's game week in high school world. We've had preseason frenzy. We got all of it, Mo.
Yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, we have a jam-packed show for you, so let's show you what's on Zap.
All right. Preseason action got underway this week across the National Football League. We'll check in on the Titans, Panthers, and see how things went for Ty Simpson and the Rams. 2026 is a big year for the UNA Lions. Mo Carter has a special one-on-one interview with UNA Athletic Director Dr. Josh Looney.
All right here in downtown shading the Alabama A&M Bulldogs wrapping up another week of preseason camp with their second scrimmage along with the fan day activities. And we'll always wrap things up with our best of the week segment.
All right, the NFL preseason is well underway. We are getting our first look at every team in the league this weekend. We're also getting our first look at some talent to potentially be on display for many years to come. Now that includes this guy, former Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson, the first-round pick for the LA Rams in his NFL preseason debut against the Kansas City Chiefs yesterday. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Simpson checked down to Dean Connors. He's going to do the rest of the job. He gets into the end zone. Rams take the 13-9 lead. The very next drive, Simpson step back, play action, lots of time, gets it to Brennan Presley, and he'll go for 23 yards. Later in the drive, in the red zone, Simpson zips it to Connors again for the 6. Simpson, 21 for 25 on the day, 190 yards and 2 tutties. Former starter on the capstone leads the Rams to victory. Final score 20-12.
I definitely felt more comfortable than I ever had in a game, but, I also didn't know what to expect. First NFL game, first live NFL, against NFL teams. But once that first drive kind of, got done with, I was like, all right, this is just like playing in the backyard in Martin. But, guys did a great job. So happy for our team, and, on to next week.
Sticking with Saturday NFL preseason, we're going to go to Orchard Park, Highmark Stadium. It's the debut for the Buffalo Bills hosting the Carolina Panthers. Josh Allen in the red zone. He's going to make a Panther miss. How many times have we seen him do this, Mo? Fires to Keon Coleman, first touchdown of the year for Buffalo. It is 10-0 just like that. Hey, we're going to get a chance to see another former Alabama QB in Bryce Young. 3rd and 2, Young quick pass knocked down by Terrell Bernard. Now, it's a smaller sample size, so take it for what it's worth. He had 3 completed passes, 18 yards. Bills will go on to win 29-14. Here's Bryce Young.
Wasn't able to execute today. It sucks, everyone wants to go out there and keep playing. Obviously, coach have a plan with all that stuff. It's the competitive part of, the weird part about preseason. You don't get that, bounce back kind of, and that's everyone. That's not just us, that's, I'm sure all the groups, they, you don't always know if you're going to get that playback. Part of it, we'll go back, watch the tape, and go from it.
Tennessee Titans were one of the first teams into action for preseason week 1. Robert Saleh and the guys on the West Coast taking on the 49ers. First quarter, Cam Ward dumps it off to former Alabama standout Calvin Ridley just try to shake his way through defenders, picks up a first down in 49ers territory. Late on the drive, Tyjae Spears, look at him just spin out of a couple of tackles, hits the outside, and gets it all the way down to the red zone. That would lead to this. Tony Pollard following his blockers, and he's into the end zone. Titans going 95 yards on that drive for a score. They're up 7-0. All right, here's the 49ers. Curtis Roque finds Deshaun dribbling down the sideline. So nice, we're going to show it to you twice. 32-yard reception right there. That will lead to this. Patrick Taylor running it right up the gut for a 1-yard score. He ties the ball game up at 7 apiece. Lots of field goals were attempted in this game. Joey Slive, he connected on 3 of them from 50 yards or more. Titans win their preseason opener by a final of 19-13.
You know what? I like the way we came out. The first couple drives for the defense I thought were good. I know they got a couple first downs there, but overall just kept points off the board. The last drive, unfortunate losses in one-on-one situations, but overall just from as a group, 1s, 2s, and 3s, just I thought our defense did a really nice job. And then offensively, really cool drive to start the game with that 95-yarder and.
All right, the Titans go back to the Music City for their final 2 preseason games. Up next is a battle with the Super Bowl champs, Seattle. Kickoff next Sunday is set for 7 p.m. You can watch it right here on Fox 54.
A pair of former Alabama standouts were shown the money recently by their respective clubs. Let's start in Dallas, where the Cowboys and defensive lineman Quinnen Williams agreed to a 3-year contract extension worth $105.9 million. That average annual value is just north of $35 million a year and makes him the second highest paid interior defensive lineman behind only the Eagles' Jalen Carter. Williams' new deal means the Cowboys have him under contract through the 2030 season. The new deal will keep the former Alabama standout in Dallas for the foreseeable future, and his position coach feels that Williams deserved the money for his role both on and off the field.
Everybody sees the play and how dominant he is, but you got to understand the teammate he is, his process, how he works. It's well-deserved, and I'm so happy for him and his family. But that man wants to win, and he'll tell you himself, yes, so the contract extensions, all that's great, but he wants to win, and we got to do our best job to help him win.
Hey, Jahmyr Gibbs also got the big money as well. The upcoming academic year for the UNA Lions is like no other. Mo Carter spoke to Dr. Josh Looney about the big things that are happening in the Shoals. Stick with us.
The Big Breakfast Sandwich makes mornings twice as nice. That's right, get 2 big breakfast sandwiches for just $7. That's Texas toast, eggs, cheese, and your choice of bacon, sausage, or smoked sausage times 2. This is Jack's Country, and we're all about the South.
FOX54 congratulates Ledford's Landscaping, Best in Business Award recipient.
You've put up with your old shower for too long. It's outdated, unsafe, and it's time to replace it. But why struggle with a lengthy shower remodel when Jacuzzi can do it in just one day? And there's no need to break a sweat or your budget.
Right now, we're waiving all installation costs, plus offering 0 interest and 0 payments for up to 1 year.
So you can finally convert your old bath to a safer, easy entry shower, complete with a custom seat, grab bars, and slip-resistant floor installed in 1 day.
My overall experience with Jacuzzi has been wonderful. Everything was customized to the way I wanted it for the price that I wanted to pay.
I've had a great experience from start to finish.
Don't take matters into your own hands. Do it the smart way. Give Jacuzzi Bath Remodel a call.
There are only weeks remaining during our limited time offer. We're waiving all installation costs and offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-384-9341.
At U-Haul, we know every family moves at their own pace.
Hi, Mom.
It's starting to snow. That's why we have U-Box. We can store it or ship it.
Thanks, you've been lifesavers.
How and when you want it. Reserve today at uhaul.com.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, watch extended coverage on FOX54 Plus.
Catfish baskets are back in Jack's Country. So we're working with professional noodler Allie from Alabama to bring you the crispy catfish tenders y'all love. Don't forget the golden fries and biscuit.
Thank you.
Jack, all about the South.
Sports Extra is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
And welcome back, everyone. The 2026-2027 academic and athletic years are officially underway for the University of North Alabama.
And the faithful who support the purple, white, and gold have been looking forward to this stretch of time for a while. This week, we traveled to the Shoals. Oh, sorry, Mo, that's your line.
It's all good, man.
That's your line. You talk about it.
All right, hey, so we traveled to the Shoals this past week. We spoke with members of the UNA athletic family as they hosted their fall sports media day. To go along with all the athletic success, academics, they continue to also look good for the Lions as they just pushed past 10,000 students in the Shoals. Dr. Josh Looney is excited to see the continued growth of both entities on campus. Also with a new conference, some new sports, and a state-of-the-art multi-use stadium, the Lion faithful have no choice but to be excited about this upcoming year.
The last 2 years, we've started to see those tangible wins from, of course, the facilities were being constructed and bringing in, but from championships to academic marks and things that just haven't happened here ever before. So I think it's just an awesome time with great momentum. And then you're adding incredible things like Bank Independence Stadium, a new conference, new programs like our flag football to the mix. We're ready to keep the momentum rolling.
Now, also in attendance this week was football coach Brian Dearman. Dearman's 4th season will begin here in Huntsville when his Lions take on Sanford at Joe Davis Stadium. And then a few weeks later, they will host Alcorn State for the debut of Bank Independent Stadium. For the past 3 years, Coach Dearman and his staff have been using the stadium as a tool of recruitment. Since January, the staff have been able to walk their guys to the stadium, see the construction crews bring the stadium to life. According to Dearman, this entire process has been all about laying a foundation.
We talked in January to those guys about when we were recruiting them, when we walked through that tunnel in recruiting, putting a hard hat on, we talked about how the foundation was being laid. And we translated that to how we're laying a foundation from January to August. It's about laying the foundation for our football team. So we used the building of that stadium to kind of help us this offseason with our theme and our motto going to this year. It's an exciting time, I can tell you that. Our players every day get to walk out and see that. It's going to be a very fun, exciting first game, I can tell you that.
The guy who has been the driving force of success in Florence is their athletic director, Dr. Josh Looney. Now, after Media Day, Mo went one-on-one with him and chatted about the rise of the Lions athletic program.
All right, everyone, we're hanging out with Dr. Josh Looney, the athletic director for the University of North Alabama. Dr. Josh, another academic and athletic season is upon us. How do you feel about going into this new year?
This is an exciting time of year for everybody across the country, but extra special here at North Alabama as we'll have a lot of firsts, new programs, new conference, and of course a new stadium that this community has been waiting for really since our history, and for sure documented the last 50 years. So opening Bank Independent Stadium is a special exclamation point on an exciting 2026 ahead.
Indeed. We'll talk about Bank Independent a little bit more in just a second. But, hey, let's talk about the new conference situation. Of course, the ASUN, UAC, everything all coming together, collaborative effort. But I know a year ago you said these were things that were in the works, but you're now probably glad to see it's finally come to fruition.
Yeah, we're excited to join a football-based conference in the FCS level, and a lot of familiar faces from the Atlantic Sun Conference. And it's coming at a great time. We think that the level of play will be more competitive from top to bottom in the UAC with a lot of great peer programs. And we think it's coming at a great time for us as 3 years is full membership in the Atlantic Sun Conference. We started seeing championships and all sports trophies and marks. So a great way to keep forging ahead and raising our profile here in Division I.
Indeed. For the football standpoint, of course, they're going to be playing in some very, very fancy digs this year, starting off in Huntsville, playing at Joe Davis Stadium against a solid Sanford program. Kind of just take us back, what led to the opportunity for UNA to come to the Rocket City and play a game?
Yeah, we're so excited about our partnership that we've had in Huntsville and Madison County and just the entire North Alabama region. And to be able to come and play the first Division I football game in that beautifully renovated stadium is fantastic. And to do it with an in-state program in Sanford, it was a time where we both needed a week 0 game, and to meet on a neutral site with both our fan bases. It's been an awesome experience, and we can't wait to open up Joe Davis to Division I football here at the end of this month.
Indeed. Now, of course, a few weeks later, Bank Independent will finally open up for the football team. A lot of excitement as UNA will take on Alcorn State. A lot of purple and gold that day as well. Talk about that day that you're already seeing so far ahead, but it's so close, and how exciting will it be?
Yeah, by hosting Alcorn, we made sure we had a school with the same colors, so it'll be a sellout crowd, and it'll look like everybody's for UNA is what we'll go with. But no, we're so excited about this stadium that will open. It's going to be a best-in-class experience, quality environment for everyone, and something the Shoals has been waiting for quite some time. Joel Erdman, who just retired at South Alabama, he did something similar. He was a former AD here, but from Ladd Peebles to Hancock Whitney, and he said, these things don't happen often. Enjoy every bit of it, and now for the last 2 years of build, we've been enjoying every single day in process and progress, and now we're going to get to open it this September.
Certainly, and of course, football is not the only team that's going to benefit from it. Of course, Coach Walker and the soccer team will have an opportunity to play in there, and clearly he's excited about a new place to play.
Well, we think it will be a differentiator for our women's soccer program. We'll be able to treat it like a football game day, from hype videos to instant replays on huge video boards, things you just don't have in women's soccer at most places. And then the events that we'll have outside of athletics. It's a multi-purpose, multi-event venue. So we can't wait for the imagination of what's to come at Bank Independent Stadium, from concerts to academic functions to festivals, you name it. We want to host it at Bank Independent Stadium.
Of course, you're the director of athletics, but academics plays a huge role in how athletics goes. And one thing you've talked about is the growth, especially not just the growth for the athletic programs, but of course the student population. I know they work hand in hand. So when you and Dr. Kitts kind of look at how that growth is coming along, how does that make you feel?
We've said for the last 5-6 years, athletically needs to catch up to the school academically because they were doing incredible, innovative things, and we're starting to catch up, but they raised the bar every year as well. Our highest academic ratings we ever had. We continue to grow in enrollment. The UNA, it's an awesome time to be part of it. This community has embraced us from the attendance that we set to it matters right here in the Shoals and throughout North Alabama. So we're fortunate to have a school and a community that are growing both on and off the field.
And look, just on a final note, of course, the NCAA and college athletics, it continue to change, but it seems like UNA has been either setting the curve or above the curve or making sure you're kind of just keeping up with the Joneses. What goes into kind of making sure that you guys are following the rules and making sure that everything is working out well here in Florence?
Yeah, obviously you have to adapt, and I think for the biggest thing for us is energy and optimism. Sometimes with college athletics right now and the rapid changes, it's easy to get negative, and when you're negative and on what's changing in front of you, you're not capturing what's in front of you. So we know who we are. We know our scope in the FCS level. We know what this community is capable of, and we just try to embrace it. Even if there's some things that are challenging, we don't agree, you embrace it with optimism and energy, and you adapt. And I think we've done a great job of that, and we're ready for the future and what's ahead.
All right, get excited. We are just about a month away from September the 19th, the day when the Lions officially open Bank Independence Stadium against Alcorn State. Kickoff on that day is set for 6 p.m. in Florence. But the Lions will begin the year right here in Huntsville on August 29th in the Story Financial Partners Bowl against Sanford. Kickoff at Joe Davis Stadium is set for 6 p.m. during Week 0. All right, let's take another break. Coming up next, it'll be Sam Shade and the A&M Bulldogs entertaining the faithful with a scrimmage to wrap up Fan Day. More on that coming up next.
Fox 54 congratulates Catering by Norvell, Best in Business Award recipient.
Want to celebrate America's 250 by experiencing the best of America? Visit the parks, historic landmarks, and feel the freedom of the open road in a new RV from Banks and Motorhomes. Start your story in a Wildwood X-Lite travel trailer. On sale for only $272 a month. Need more room to roam? Check out this Forest River Cherokee Sabre, starting at just $474 a month. Wherever the trip takes you, you're always home.
The only way to go is in a Bankston Motorhome.
At U-Haul, we know every family moves at their own pace.
Hi, Mom.
It's starting to snow. That's why we have U-Box. We can store it or ship it.
Thanks, you've been lifesavers.
How and when you want it. Reserve today at uhaul.com.
Bounce is bringing the action.
This is LAPD SWAT.
The suspense.
NCIS. We're federal agents.
And back-to-back episodes of your favorite shows.
Any questions? Sounds good to me.
Wednesdays on Bounce. Shamar Moore in SWAT. Go. And Thursdays on Bounce. LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell in NCIS Los Angeles. 2 teams, 1 mission in back-to-back action-packed nights.
You're gonna have to cancel your plans. I can think of a couple of reasons.
SWAT in NCIS Los Angeles on Bounce.
There's a twisty out there with your name on it. Time to go full throttle. Where the rubber meets the road, you're there. Out front and miles ahead. It's what you do. The Law Tigers have been representing injured riders across the country for 25 years. It's what we do. Fueling the motorcycle community inspires us to go further in finding ways to support our fellow riders. Experience the momentum of our full-on commitment. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, call the Law Tigers, Alabama's motorcycle lawyers.
Get your athlete ready for the season ahead without spending time in a crowded waiting room. Sports physicals are easy to schedule with Dr. Lee and the experienced team at Regenesis.
The stories that move the Tennessee Valley. Watch Fox 54, weeknights at 5:30 and 9.
Welcome back, everyone. Just like UNA, a new academic year is kicking off over on the Hill as fans are ready to pack the stands for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. The Bulldog faithful getting a chance to meet the student athletes Friday evening for their annual Fan Day event. Fans were able to grab some autographs from the fall season athletic programs like women's soccer, cross country, volleyball, and of course, football. Head coach Sam Shade and starting quarterback Cornelius Quad Brown IV explained why it's always a great move to have the opportunity to have the community support them going into the season.
It's awesome to have everybody come out, particularly in the Huntsville area,
not just alums, but fans and, just sometimes just football fans coming out and also the student body. I think it's great. Our players really feel the love and all those things that our fans show us.
We do it for our family. We do it for our fans. I do it for God. A lot of our teammates, we do it for the Lord. And it's just understanding that the hard work that we've been putting in is finally being appreciated with the fans out here. So we're just excited to give them a show. It'll be kind of a taste test, a teaser, if you will, of what's to come.
Now, Fans Day also brings the annual maroon and white fall scrimmage for the Bulldogs. This is the second and final scrimmage of fall camp for Alabama A&M. It comes as the Bulldogs are just less than 2 weeks away from kicking off their 2026 campaign. Both Brown and Sam Shade say the team truly come together to this point of training camp, ramping up as the countdown to kickoff winds down.
A lot of dedication goes into it. So many hours we've put in as a team during fall camp, and there's so many different things that we've had to be coached through, and we faced adversity, and we've been put in simulations that aren't necessarily game-like, but will show up in our football character, will show up based on the situations that we've been in fall camp.
I've liked the growth that our team has had. I think there's a sense of urgency that our team has that, they understand that we're playing on national television over in Atlanta, and we're representing not just Alabama A&M University, but we're also representing the SWAC.
All right, the Bulldogs will travel to Atlanta in week 0 for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Alabama A&M will face Howard next week on August 29th for a 6:30 p.m. start. Now we'll stick with college football.
It's a side. Sticking with college football, Alabama A&M kicker David Falk is receiving some more preseason love. This week, the Sparkman High graduate was named a preseason HBCU All-American by Box to Row. Last season, Falk made 10 of his 12 field goals attempted, with 4 of those field goals coming beyond 40 yards. His career long is 47.
That's the difference in a tie game.
When the Auburn Tigers take the field, Tiger fans will notice a transformative roster in 2026. That's because Alex Golich lost a lot of guys to the transfer portal and then added more than 40 new players from it. Most of those players coming with him to Auburn from USF. Among them was quarterback Byron Brown, a guy who was responsible for more than 40 touchdowns last season. Many have wondered if this new crop of players who played on the Group of 5 level can now compete in a Power 4 conference. Former Auburn standout Cody Burns, who serves as the co-offensive coordinator, has been with most of these guys for the past 3 seasons. He says that the new players are indeed battle-tested because they played the likes of Alabama, Miami, and Florida over the past 2 seasons.
If you do look at the schedule from our team last year, we did play SEC teams, and it worked out pretty good. And so those guys do have experience from that standpoint. And really the big difference between, which everybody knows, every coach knows this, the big difference is up front. There's really good skill guys anywhere. I don't care what level you're at, but what separates the SEC from everybody else is the interior O-line and D-line. So on the outside, there may be some All-Americans and some all-SEC players on the outside, but, man, there's good skill players everywhere. So these guys have experience, and at the end of the day, man, go out there and play ball. We ain't scared of nobody.
We'll get our first look at this brand-new Auburn squad when they take the field on September the 5th against Baylor in the Aflac kickoff game over in Atlanta. Kickoff locally is set for 2:30 p.m.
All right, it is time for the final stretch of the show. Up next, we've got our selections for Best of the Week. Just make sure you're staying tuned.
And this is the least fun part of renovation. You guys are full service, right?
All you have to do is point.
Well then, take it all. That's amazing.
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
Is your bath old and outdated, maybe even unsafe? In just one day, Jacuzzi gives you the safety you need and the personal style you want, all at a price you'll love. So your bathroom can go from this to this, this to this, or even this to this. And right now, we're waiving all installation costs and offering no interest or payments for a year.
Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-384-7525.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks, Jill.
How's Mom doing?
She's tired. That hailstorm last night didn't help.
I bet. Did you get the flowers from us?
We did. You guys are the best. Oh, I wanted to check if you
Already ahead of you, Dad. I'm finalizing your life insurance quotes today, and we can schedule the adjuster for your roof when it's convenient. We can also schedule a call about checking on the work trucks, too, if you'd like.
Real insurance works in the background. That's life with Alpha.
At U-Haul, we know every family
Come on, guys.
moves at their own pace.
Is that heavy?
That's why we have U-Box.
Take that to the kitchen for me, okay?
We can store it
Excited about the new house?
or ship it,
Who's gonna get the biggest room?
how and when you want it.
You are. That's awesome.
Reserve today at uhaul.com.
And this is the least fun part of renovation. You guys are full service, right?
All you have to do is point.
Well then, take it all. That's amazing.
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
Watch Fox 54 News at 9. Stream free on your TV or phone.
Welcome back, everyone. It's almost time to get on out of here. Before we do, we're going to hook you up with our best of the week. Two great selections by yours truly and Gabe. Gabe will start first.
All right, let's head over to Wrigley Field. Cardinals playing the Cubs this weekend. We're going to see Joshua Baez in his MLB debut. He's got himself a home run in his first career at bat. The first pitch he sees, pretty good first impression. Now, I wonder what he's going to do in his next at bat. Okay, this one's gone too. Now, surely, he's going to keep it calm. He's got 2 home runs in day one. But let's see. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me, Joshua Baez? He's the first player in MLB history to hit 3 dingers in his first 3 career at-bats. Have a day, Joshua Baez.
If he hit the first 2, why would you pitch to him for the last one to be caught?
Intentional walk.
Exactly.
Intentional walk.
You can tell this man is hot in his space, but it is what it is. That's why I don't play professional sports.
Yep.
I only talk about them. All right, everyone. After 20 years with the Phoenix Mercury, Diana Taurasi was retired as a legend this afternoon. She was honored like one over in Phoenix. Her number 3 jersey was retired by the Phoenix Mercury in a ceremony that happened about 3-4 hours ago, with Phoenix raising her name for a lifetime. Of course, she was a highly decorated point guard, and of course, she will be remembered because that jersey is right there in the rafters. You know, she was pretty good. You know, she won 3 WNBA championships. She also was a 2-time WNBA Finals MVP. She's got a couple of gold medals with Team USA, and you know, at the end of the day, she will always go down as one of the greats, not just to play in the WNBA, but also to play in women's basketball just in general.
Yeah, I think, you made the point. Like, she has crazy resume, but she, her on-court play was just ridiculous, right? She dominated WNBA. She dominated women's basketball for so many years. She deserves to have her jersey hung up in the rafters. You look at the WNBA right now. I feel like it's hot right now. You got Caitlin Clark. You have Angel Reese all there. Really, it's just picking up. But people remember Diana. I remember Sue Bird growing up with Seattle. That's who I watched. When I watched WNBA. So feel like there's a lot of talent that goes unnoticed. But Diana definitely deserves that jersey recognition.
Indeed, I'll throw a few more in there. The Maya Moores, the Simone Augustuses, the Sylvia Fowleses, and of course I remember the dynasty of the Houston Comets with Tina Thompson and Cheryl Swoops, and of course over on the West Coast we had Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, for sure. You got the ball knowledge, man. You got the ball knowledge.
All right, everyone, that'll do it for another episode of Fox 54 Sports Extra. For Gabe, I'm Mo. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.